As y'all know, Evan MC Gaming, friend of mine, content creator who recently hit 1 million subscribers. Let's clap it up for that. He released the Legacy of Technoblade, a video which I'm assuming will go into the details of his long-lasting effect of him in his content creation and how many people it's affected in the world. I'm assuming that's what it has to do with. I have not watched this yet, nor did I really know that this project was coming, but I'm incredibly proud of Evan, and I'm hoping that I can watch this without crying. That's the goal. I keep crying whenever I watch anything revolving around Technoblade, and maybe I'll talk about why in this video, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I am definitely excited to check this out. And yeah, we're gonna get into it today. This is by Evan MC Gaming. It's a new video called The Legacy of Technoblade. If you enjoy me reacting to Evan MC Gaming or Technoblade tributes, hit the like button and subscribe today. Join Innate Aliens. Also, make sure to see if you're checked on the bell, to tap the bell to make sure that you're subscribed so you're notified whenever I drop a new video. I don't know how I feel about monetizing this, so I probably won't. I most likely will not monetize this video either. There'll probably be a fundraiser, so if you want to donate for sarcoma research, you can definitely do that. I definitely think that that's within good taste, and I think it helps further Technoblade's influence across the world in a very positive way. So definitely do that if you want to contribute. Also, this should be a back-to-back. I have another video that's either coming out before this or after this that is a reaction to Tommy and his lover host The Best Moment. So check that out. Yes, I'm plugging that. Check that out. I have to laugh before I cry, okay? Yeah, let's just get into this. We're going to learn more about the life of Technoblade.
In his 10-year journey on YouTube, Technoblade has changed the lives of millions. From inspiring an entire generation to raising hundreds of thousands in his fight against cancer, today we're covering it all. So join me as today we remember the legacy of Technoblade.
Wow. Not the music. Thank you. This video will not be monetized out of respect for Techno, his family, and the community. May he live forever in the legacy he left. Long live the king of Minecraft. Respect. Respect. Yeah. Yeah. This 100% will not be monetized, this reaction either. I mean, at this point, it really should just go without saying that it's kind of scummy to monetize videos talking about Techno when Technoblade's the main talking point of the video and he's in the thumbnail and he's in the title and the tags. I feel like monetizing that and not giving that money to benefit the lives of people who are dealing with sarcoma currently or dealing with cancer is kind of scummy. So that's just my opinion on that.
Just under 2 years ago, I began work on a video.
Oh,
a telling of a story that
oh, was that Evan? Was that Evan's hands? Look at you. And look at those bookmarks. I hate exposing the fact that I have bookmarks. That's just a fun thing about me that you didn't know. I hate showing the fact that I have bookmarks on my Google Chrome, and I don't like showing it. But I love the fact he has similar bookmarks as me. Hold on. Let me just, we're going a little meta here. Okay. I hate the fact that that's showing. I downloaded the Able sisters, okay? Don't judge me. All right, but look at my freaking bookmarks here. And then he has a YouTube dashboard bookmark too. Respect it, Evan.
Just under 2 years ago, I began work on a video. a telling of a story that inspired me to start YouTube. A story of a man who accomplished the seemingly impossible in Minecraft over and over and over again. The Legend of Technoblade. The success of that video changed my life.
Literally.
And without
Literally. And the funny thing, and I always bring this up to Evan, me reacting to that video helped change my life. Like, to this day, the video still gets views. I don't know how or why, but the video still gets views to this day. That video of me reacting to The Legend of Technoblade changed my life. It really did.
Without that video, without Technoblade, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I'm far from the only one with this story. Techno, whether he knew it or not, has changed the lives of countless people, inspiring them to find their creativity and make something truly amazing.
Yes.
And today, that is the story I'm going to tell. Today, I am going to finish The Legend of Technoblade.
Oh man. Oh man.
Our story continues in the aftermath of his great duel against Dream, as tens of millions watched in one of the highest stakes duels in Minecraft history. Technoblade had beaten his greatest rival. And with a final swing of the axe, his rivalry with Dream was finally over. But with the end of one era comes the beginning of another. As less than a month later, Dream invited Technoblade to the Dream SMP.
Oh, this editing, man. Oh, this editing. What is this, bro?
But with the end of one era comes the beginning of another. As less than a month later...
I know it's so small, but it's just that little bit.
Dream invited Technoblade to the Dream.
Boom. It was Dream. He was sitting with Dream. And then all of a sudden, boom, there goes the moon. They both look at it.
SMP. As soon as he joined the server, it was clear he was different. Not an ounce of fear could be found inside him, and he swore to stand by his pursuit of anarchy at any cost. He caused chaos, destruction, captivating hundreds of thousands of live viewers. And whenever his moment came, he would always over-deliver, until he decided to retire. His work was done. The kingdom had fallen. And so he retreated far away, to live out his life in peace. But then, something happened that would change the course of the story. The previous main writer and one of Techno's best friends, Wilbur, stepped down, leaving the story to the other players to continue. And as he's done since the start of his career, when Techno faced a challenge, he charged ahead. With the help of Tommy and Dream, Techno began to write, crafting a story even deeper and more expansive than ever before.
The Syndicate and all that, oh my god.
An unlikely friendship, shocking finale, and a cliffhanger for the ages.
Yeah.
The people loved it. The Dream SMP, after losing its main writer, was bigger than ever. But he wasn't done yet. Techno's story continued to capture the hearts of everyone who watched, his audience growing bigger and bigger with every stream. Another finale, destruction, chaos. Nearly 1 million people watched live as he decimated L'Manberg again. Techno had taken over the Dream SMP. He was on top of the world, hurtling towards 10 million subscribers. Technoblade was unstoppable. But at the end of one era, a new era begins. And the next chapter of his life would present the greatest challenge of them all. A challenge far different from those that came before. A challenge that would come to represent his true strength and show the world that Technoblade wasn't just a character, but who Alex really was.
Wow. Blood for the blood god. Prohibit the taking of omens and do away with superstitious doubts. Then until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared. Sun Tzu. Oh my god.
August 27th. 2 months since Technoblade's last livestream. No tweets, no updates, nothing but silence. The community missed his sarcastic jokes and shameless plugs. And so, When he uploaded an update video to his channel, everyone let out a sigh of relief and started to watch.
Oh,
As the video began, everything seemed normal. It had been a long time since Techno had played Bed Wars, but other than that, nothing seemed to be wrong. Until it was. And the words that came out next sent chills down the spine of every last person who clicked on that video.
Literally, y'all, when I tell you that I got the notification and I didn't even watch it yet, not even 2 minutes after I received the notification, I got floods of messages from people. Literally floods of messages from people telling me that he had cancer. And I lost it, y'all. I really did. I lost my mind. And that is part of the reason why I just couldn't react to it. I could not react to it because every time I pressed play and was listening, I was just so devastated, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was bawling my eyes out or anything, but you know when like you're having that talk with somebody and it sounds like it's gonna be the last conversation you're gonna have with them, but there's a bit of like a glimmer of hope. I was clinging on to that hope so hard, y'all. So hard. I had my hands just completely clasped to this end of the rope of hope for Technoblade. I really did. And I just couldn't stand the idea of it being like a real thing that was going to affect him in a long-term way and that he wasn't going to just recover. Like, I truly believed in every part of my being that he was going to pull through and that this was just, this was a setback. This was a setback, but he was going to get healthy again and he's going to come back and start recording content again. And I just felt like I couldn't react to it at the time because mentally, after hearing that news and also what was going on around me, I was in an already terrible place mentally too. So I just couldn't do it. And I struggled to get through the whole video, like, accepting the fact that he had cancer. I really did. And I cried a little bit, but wasn't like bawling. It wasn't overwhelming because I really did believe he was going to pull through.
Video. Technoblade had cancer. Silence. The words hung in the air for what felt like forever. All of the adventures, years of ups and downs, were all felt with the absence of sound. The community was crushed. One of the most beloved creators in the community, an inspiration to so many, now hung in the balance of an uncertain future.
Oh my god.
But Techno wasn't ready for the grieving to begin just yet. If he'd learned anything in his 9 years on YouTube, it's that no battle is over, no fight is lost until the very end. And as far as Techno was concerned, the war had just begun. Over the next month, he strategized, preparing one final offensive, something bigger than every other battle he'd fought before. Techno would join the war on cancer. And so, he got to work, eventually coming up with a 3-fronted attack against the heartless disease. First would be the charity livestream, where he would request the help of his extremely wealthy audience by enacting the most powerful donation incentive of them all, making his life miserable. In Minecraft, of course. Second, he knew he needed to expand his army. As wealthy as his own audience was, it was a small piece of the much larger Minecraft community. And so, to increase his reach as far as possible, Techno created a fundraiser through YouTube Giving, which essentially allows any YouTuber to attach a donation button under their video for no cost or detriment to the creator. This meant, by peer pressuring other YouTubers into attaching the fundraiser to their video, the message could spread quickly, much farther than Techno could do by himself. But he wasn't done.
Wow.
As on the third front, he would use the second best donation incentive possible: merch. By creating merch and donating a portion of
and people aren't even really paying attention to that. People aren't even really paying attention to the fact that the merch, part of the proceeds for the merch is literally going towards cancer research. There are so many people who literally forgot about that fact. It's easy to forget when you're buying the merch, because the merch just looks good. Okay? It just looks good. They did well. It looks great. I bought it because I'm just a fan of Technoblade. He let all of his members know early that he was releasing the merch, and the password, the password to the site, I think was E. He let everyone know, and he told everyone in techno humor, he told everyone not to share the link and not to tell anybody. He said, none of my members, please don't share. So I listened. I didn't share. I didn't tell anybody about the link. Meanwhile, what he was hoping on was he was trying to do reverse psychology to get everybody to share the link. That way everybody would be able to buy the merch early. That's just the kind of YouTuber that Technoblade is. That's the kind of person he was.
Of the profits to the same cancer research fund as the other two sources, he would essentially trick his audience into donating 3 times. The plan was absolutely flawed.
I saw it too. I was on the thing. Every time it would go up, he literally would just reset it. He would reset the goal. He just keeps extending the goal. It was perfect.
Perfectly designed to raise the most money possible. And most of all, showing that Techno was not going down without a fight. And so, with the plan in place, all he had to do was fight his own side of the war and watch the greatest, most noble battle of his career begin.
I hope that I can go back to the website and just see everything sold out. I want to see everything sold out on that website before the end of the year. Honestly, it shouldn't even have taken that long. It really shouldn't have taken that long. I want to see every single item sold out.
The war on cancer was a roaring success. The livestream had raised over $300,000. The YouTube fundraiser stood at just over $100,000, and the merch was flying off the shelves. He had done it, brought the community together in one last uprising, and against all odds, Techno had raised over $500,000 for cancer research. But on his end of the battle, things weren't looking as good. On December 23rd, Techno uploaded another video explaining how the situation in his shoulder was not looking much better. He explained that over the past few months, he nearly needed a full right arm amputation, but after some back and forth with the doctor, settled instead on an operation that spared the arm by taking tissue from other parts of the body. And after the procedure was over, 99.9% of the cancer was gone. But 99.9 is still a far cry from 100, and the battle wasn't over yet. But there was one more thing he mentioned in that video, a goal he'd set nearly a year before. His final goal on YouTube, to reach 10 million subscribers by the end of 2021. And as of that video's release, with 8 days left in the year, Techno was still 400,000 away.
What a freaking legend. What a freaking legend.
It seemed like a lost cause. 400,000 subscribers in a week is unheard of.
Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody doing that. Okay. All right. If I'm being technical, there might be some creators doing that. But ain't nobody like Technoblade doing that.
But learning from Techno, his community saw the challenge and charged ahead. They knew that Techno had been through too much, gone too far not to hit his goal. And suddenly, everyone's mission became clear.
Literally.
Subscribe to Technoblade.
I was a part of the memes too. I was all a part of the memes of subscribe to Technoblade.
Days passed. His sub count grew faster than ever before. 300,000 away. 200,000. It was going to be close. And on December 31st, less than 24 hours before the end of the year, Technoblade passed 10 million subscribers. One last time, the community proved its power.
Did it.
And that Techno's never-ending bravery and dedication he'd shown every step of the way wouldn't go unrecognized. Technoblade had officially completed his last goal on YouTube. And so, the final stretch of the battle was set in motion. Over the following months, donations continued to roll in. The community continued to fight for Techno, hoping that the worst had passed, until he uploaded one more new video, starting a survival series in virtual.
I still have not watched this video. And the main reason why I have not watched the video is because after everything, I was still struggling, y'all. I was still struggling, okay? I was still mentally struggling. And for some reason, I couldn't do it. This video was all over my recommended. Everyone was asking me to do it. Everyone was asking me to react to it. But I was still struggling with reacting to Technoblade. Okay? I still do. I don't know. Like, you got to remember that my career, in a lot of ways, has been enhanced because I was reacting to Technoblade's videos. And now, after his diagnosis, I don't know what it is, but I've struggled. I've really struggled with trying to react to him. But now I struggle even more because I don't want to throw myself in the mix of people who are just reacting to his content because it'll get them views right now because he died. And I'm not crapping on any of my fellow co-hosts, Hot Sauce and Joey, or even Curtis, or Vid or YobiJS, or any of the people that's a part of my circle, because all of them were reacting to Techno before his cancer diagnosis, from what I understand. Like, all of us were Technoblade fans before. But some of these other channels that not necessarily are just reacting, but also just reposting his content, making videos about him and about his death, using his real life photos as the thumbnail, and like just overall clickbaiting. The clickbait and the BS with Technoblade's name has literally made me not want to be a YouTuber. It has literally, in the past couple of weeks, has made me consider quitting being a YouTuber altogether. It has made me not want to even be on the website anymore because I don't want to share the platform with people like this. In my opinion, it is some of the most scummiest things I've ever seen. Ever. I'm not going to name any names. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about them. They don't deserve an ounce of clout. They don't deserve an ounce of attention. But me sharing the platform with them made me feel like I can't be a YouTuber anymore, because I don't like the idea of being called a YouTuber knowing that they are the same thing. And now it makes me not want to react to Techno's content because I don't want to get lost in the sea of the BS. Before you make any videos about someone who passed away, my best advice to you is to imagine how their family feels. Okay? Just ask yourself how the family will feel about the content you're making. That's all I got to say about it.
Virtual reality. The community was relieved. It finally seemed to be over. But then, silence. A week. A month. 2 months. Nothing. Until, on June 30th, 2022, one final video was uploaded to the channel. Narrated by Technoblade's dad, in one of the bravest actions a person can take, sitting down in front of the world and confronting tragedy head on, just as his son always did. He explains that Techno,
literally one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. I feel lucky. I felt lucky to be able to watch this video. I feel lucky to be able to experience this. Like, this is one of the coolest things ever. He got on here holding Floof and wearing Technoblade's shirt, the actual merch for his son, and posted on his channel and read his letter word for word. Like, this is one of the coolest moments on all of YouTube, on the entire platform, and all my days of watching YouTube. And I've been watching YouTube since 2007. This is one of the coolest things ever.
has tragically passed from cancer. Silence, once again, hanging in the air for what seemed like eternity. An inspiration to tens of millions of people, one of the hardest working and talented creators on all of YouTube, was just gone. But just as Techno did all that time ago, the community refused to stay quiet. And so, together, friends, fans, and creators from all across the world paid their respects to the king of Minecraft.
Wow, that monument. It's so freaking majestic. I haven't seen it yet.
In his 10-year journey on YouTube, Technoblade has left a mark on this world few can claim to have made. And the legacy he left behind in everything he did, from the very beginning to the very end, will keep him alive forever. It's difficult to overstate Technoblade's impact on Hypixel. The perks and kits he created for Skywars remain some of the most important and used in the game today. The Bed Wars win streak record Techno helped set with Dephone is still unchallenged as the highest Bed Wars win streak of all time. And it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Technoblade's Skyblock videos, as well as the Great Potato War, helped the game skyrocket to the most successful in Hypixel history.
Wow.
And he solidified himself in Skyblock history after leading the charge as the resistance leader in the Skyblock Revolution. And finally, Techno's content on Hypixel inspired an entire generation of creators both on and outside Hypixel, as well as helping the server remain the most popular in all of Minecraft. Though he eventually decided to stop playing in the events, Techno's impact on Minecraft Championship never left. In the events he played in, he was feared by all and adored by his teammates. His charity contributions during MCC Pride streams remain some of the most impressive of any creator. And many of the records he set all that time ago stand strong today. During his time on the Dream SMP, Techno created a character that resonated with tens of millions of people. He quickly became one of the most influential players in the server's history, and left marks on every member of the server that will never be forgotten. And even when his mortality stood in question, he laughed in its face.
Wow.
But he also turned his condition into something much bigger than himself, taking his battle with cancer and turning it into a revolution. And through his Minecrafters vs. Cancer fundraiser, as well as his charity stream and merch campaigns, Techno has managed to raise over $500,000 for cancer research.
Wow.
Helping millions. But on top of it all, Techno has inspired an entire generation. He took a game that he loved and turned it into something bigger.
Wow.
He made people laugh, told stories that brought people together, and left his mark on every creator he met and every event he was a part of. He showed how even in the darkest of times, you can still stay positive. He taught us the importance of standing up for what you believe in, even in the face of tyranny. He proved that with enough hard work and dedication, anything could be possible. And above all, he showed us the importance of loyalty and standing by the people you love till the very end.
Man.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the legacy of Technoblade.
Man, you snapped, Evan. A tomb now suffices for him for whom the world was not enough. Alexander the Great. I have seen people mention that meme too, and this is the best meme in my opinion. That Technoblade is actually Alexander the Great. Technoblade, because his name is Alex as well, that he is actually the reincarnation of Alexander the Great, and he's Alexander the Great for our generation. And I absolutely love the meme, because if we all know Technoblade loves his historical figures, especially Sun Tzu. This was I bawled my eyes out like a baby watching this on film. Thank you so much for diving into the memories and helping us appreciate his deep impact on the world at large. I wouldn't just say on the world, just period. I really did bawl my eyes out, and I unfortunately regret it. Well, that was Evan MC Gaming's The Legacy of Technoblade. Oddly enough, even though this was technically the final chapter to Technoblade's story, this isn't the final chapter for Evan, or the final chapter for any of the creators that Technoblade has inspired, you know? And I think because of that, Technoblade truly never dies and will continue to live on and thrive in the hearts of many, be it Minecraft or any other game. I personally will always tell my kids about Technoblade, so he can count on his spirit can count on that. I will be telling my kids about Technoblade and be telling my family members about Technoblade. I've been telling my wife all about him. And I think that that's the best way that we can all remember him and continue his story and continue the battle against cancer overall. Because even at this very moment, there are a bunch of people losing the battle to cancer. My grandpa-in-law passed away from cancer recently, this year as well. There's people I know that have cancer, that are dealing with it every day the best they can. And yeah, this battle unfortunately is much bigger than one person, but with all of us all talking about it, donating, talking about Technoblade, sharing his story, we can possibly tip the scales. Okay, we can maybe make a real change in this world. So thank you very much, Evan. You created an incredible video. Per usual, we gotten used to watching incredible videos from Evan MC Gaming and crying. Like I mentioned before, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more. Subscribe today. Join the Alien Armada. I'm gonna have to message Evan after this. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for taking a chance on my content and watching. And I will see everyone in the next video.